Know what the D of Better Business alphabet is? You may say, what are you talking about? So the D is the letter D of the alphabet. And if you have been following me for the past few weeks, you know that I talk about better business tactics. We have a group called Better Business Tactics group on Facebook and LinkedIn. And I share with you a series called Better Business Alphabet. And this alphabet is like A, B, C, D until Z. And every week I talk about one of the letters. And this week we talk about letter D. So my name is Kamran Akbarzadeh, founder of Dream Achievers Academy, and I help individuals and business owners achieve their goals, vision, and dreams. And these better business tactics is part of this whole vision and purpose that I have. So today we talk about the D, and the D is all about discovery. Yes, discovery. So when I talk about the D, I mean discover what your audience or what your market needs or wants, and also discover how you can reach more people, how you can expand your audience, or discover how you can reach new horizons. It's not just about serving a small um, audience. You may do that at the beginning, but if you want to grow, you have to branch it out and find out how you can connect to a larger audience. And that's what we talk about today. So first we talk about discover your audience or your market's needs and wants. So for this, I share with you three ways. The first one is what is called market research, and we are all familiar with that. When you want to develop a new product or a new training or a new service, you have to find out who wants it, and that's why you do a market research and then find out how big the market is, uh, what the players are, do people spend in this area or not. So that's called market research, and you find out more details about the area that you want to serve or the area that you're already serving. You want to find out more about what else the people who are in this market or in this area, what else they're interested in, or what else they want. So this is more without checking with them, you just search and find information and then use those information to come up with ideas for more sales or for better service to your prospects and also to your current customers. So that's one aspect, that's one way that many do. The second one that not many do or they don't do it properly is by asking your people. So by asking your clients or the people on your mailing list or your audience overall, and you can do that by let's say survey. That's what I've done several times over the past few years. Almost every year I check with people, and sometimes when the product or service that I have doesn't do well at the beginning, and I check with people to get their pulse and get feedback why they're not investing in this product or service. But the more general of that is just having a survey every year to get feedback from people. That's what I did, I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I wanted to know what is the top challenge that people are facing when it comes to fulfilling their goals, dreams, desires, and vision. So I wanted to get the feedback from people directly without guessing. I had lots of reasons why people may face challenges or they may not achieve their goals and dreams, but I wanted just to hear from people. And that's why I created a survey, and that survey had, I think, only two questions. And the major one that I wanted to get feedback was, what is your top challenge that slows you down or stops you from moving forward toward your goals and dreams? And that way, I got lots of responses. When the survey becomes too long, people do not engage and people may leave somewhere in the middle. But if it's very short, maybe one, two, or three questions, then you get much better feedback. And it's also a better practice to have at least one of the questions open-ended. So people provide their thoughts. And that's what I did. And I got great feedback from people. And I put those in one of my books, all the feedback. And then I categorized based on that what people's challenges are, the top challenges, and I put those whatever I received in like 5 buckets, and based on those I could serve people better. And also that became the one chapter of the book that I wrote. So getting feedback from people is really important because they tell you what they're struggling with, they tell you what their aspirations are, they tell you what their needs might be, they tell you what they want, and that way you can get this feedback and then come up with some products or services or ways to serve them better, right? So that's one way. The other way of getting feedback is by asking people a question on social media, and we see that a lot of marketers and online business owners do that. They just pose a question, and these days we see that there are also polls in social media. So you pose a question and then have some answers, or you just put the question and then ask people to respond. And we've seen some get very good engagement, some very good responses, some may not. So that's another way that you can ask your audience. This could be wider audience because these are not all the people that are on your mailing list that you might have better relationship with. This is more general connections on social media, or it could be a discussion in a group that you are part of, let's say on LinkedIn or on Facebook. Or the groups or the your let's say Facebook page or your company page on LinkedIn. So that's another way, rather than sending an email and then having the link to the survey or asking people directly. You just tell them on social media, what do you think of this, or um, ask them for some feedback about what you offer them, right? So that's the second way that you can do that. And the third methodology is testing. And testing is what many don't do, and I'm also I don't do that much. But really, if you want to find out, let's say, which way people choose, you can test. And if you are in online marketing, you know that there are sophisticated technologies that can tell, do A/B testing or ABC testing. So you kind of send 2 emails, but some people you direct it to a portion of your audience, one of them, and the other one to another one, and then you get response based on those, and then see which one has a better open rate, which one maybe has a better response. And also, sometimes you test things out by telling people that this is a course, or this is a thought that I have, this is an idea that I have, and are you interested in it? So it's testing your market and then see how much people are interested. I've seen this now happening a lot in online training area in a couple of communities that I am part of. People pose something and then they see what others respond, right? So if you have a community, you can just have something or an idea that you have for a future service or a future product and say, are you interested in this? Or this is a course that I want to have maybe in a month or two. Would you be interested to be part of it? So that's testing the market without kind of asking their feedback. You just put your idea of a future offering, and then that way people say, oh yes, I'm very interested in this, or no, I don't think this is something for me. And based on that feedback and based on the level of engagement, then you have an idea of how to serve them better. So these three ways could be used when you have already a market or audience, and also if you have like social connections. Now, the other part of the discovery that I want to talk about is about discovering new horizons. This is especially important when you are serving your market and now you really want to branch out, you want to step out of this smaller market or the niche that you have, and you want to have serve a larger audience. And this is something that at our Project Control Academy, we are thinking of how we can get out of the project control field and then serve a larger audience with the training and services that we have. The same could be for someone who is in, let's say, in real estate and how they can serve a larger audience, or if someone is serving the doctors, how they can serve physiotherapists and dentists, for example. So it's kind of branching out and then serving a larger audience that still can benefit from what you have. Your messaging could be different, but you want to tap into that. And for that, it means you now have a larger audience and therefore you get more people interested in your product and service. You already have social proof because you have served your smaller audience. You have testimonials. You have some products that have worked really well. So for that, you you want to find out which market, and that's the part of the discovery. You discover which other markets or audience you can serve with whatever offering you have, or maybe add a new offering to your portfolio of products and services that is linked more also with people outside of the area that you serve. And that way you can tap into a larger audience and reach more people and therefore grow your business. And then you can do the same thing, market research, asking them or having a survey for them, as well as testing with that new market. So discovering what your customers, your prospects, your audience wants and needs is really important when you want to serve them better, and when you want to have something new for them, but you want to make sure that they are interested in it before you really spend time, resources, money in developing something that later you find out, oh, they may not be interested. And also when you want to find out why they're not buying your product or service. Is it price? Is it content? Is it the way that you want to sell it to them? What is it? And that's how we get feedback. Other times, it's not really about the market that you already have. It's about discovering new horizons, potential markets, and therefore expanding your business and growing your business and scaling it up. And that way you can have new products and services, or the same products and services for a larger audience. So if you are in a business and you're thinking of growing your business in 2021, you can still focus on your current audience, or you can branch out to a new audience, and you may consider what I discussed today as the D of Better Business Alphabet, which is part of this Better Business Tactics. Hope that you kind of got some maybe tips or tactics from this live stream. If you have any question, let me know, and I can go deep into all of this, and hopefully next year I will have a service around it. So if you are interested, let me know, because I want to serve more and more business owners next year. Until next time, live the life of your dreams and make a difference consistently. If you have not joined our Better Business Tactics community or group, You can search for it, Better Business Tactics, on LinkedIn or on Facebook. And the Facebook would be more active and there are more capabilities there. So you may just go to Facebook and get access to that. It's a private group, it's a closed group, it's not public, so you have to request access. Just go there, request access, and we give you access, and that way you have access to all of these Better Business Tactics series, including the interviews that I do once in a while with business owners. Again, if you have any questions or if something is not clear, let me know. I'll be there to support you. Have a great day.